So, guys, it's a lonely path, y'all. You know, when you're going into a direction that everyone else is not heading to, and you truly decide to be true to yourself, you decide to live a very, very authentic life and to be just you and just be genuine. And when you're on this chosen path with God and you're walking down this narrow way, it's going to be a lot of people that just leave your life. There's going to be a lot of people who starts to act different, and a lot of people will just be gone. They just be gone. And the more and more that you find yourself, and the more that you find God, it's the more and more that you lose people of the world. And that is when you is on God's side and you start to really depart from this world. And when you're on this lonely path, you know, a lot of people, they're going to be talking. They're going to be hating. They're going to spread a lot of rumors about you. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, you really shouldn't care. I sure didn't care. You know what I'm saying? They talked about Jesus. They talked about God. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care what they say. And it's like, no matter what you do in this life, people will always have something to say. Somebody will always have something to say. Even if you was to do what they wanted to do, even if you wanted to fit in and try to do what they do, you know what I'm saying? They still gonna talk their stuff anyway. They still gonna be chatting. They're still gonna be talking about you in any type of way. When you're down, when you're up, when you're in the middle, these people will still chat at the end of the day. So who cares with what they have to say about you? Who cares? But when you're on this lonely path, you're gonna also gain people in general as well. You're gonna gain new connections as well. Because I know for a fact, the people that I was talking to like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, are not the same that I talk to now. God has blessed me with great people to talk to and to connect with, and who is also on the same journey that I am on. And when you start to head down this path, bro, this is the self-development, the self-improvement type thing. Like, God is really going to start to work on you when you're in your isolation, when you're just isolated from certain people, certain things. This is the moment in time to where you need to learn the most about yourself. You need to start to learn everything about yourself when it comes to what you want to do, what is your purpose, what are your skills, what are your talents, and learning about your past as well, because your past has something to do with who you are meant to be and who you are supposed to be in this life. And your past is highly connected with your purpose. And when you're on this lonely path, you really never actually truly fit in. You never fit in, because truly, when I was younger, I never fit in. I was there, I was around, I had associates, I talked here and there, but I never fit in. I was never just, oh, I'm always with this group, I'm always with that group. I was just me. It was just me. You know what I'm saying? And it's because you are meant for God. The whole entire time, you was meant for God keeping. You was meant for a purpose, and you was meant to lead. And when you're on a lonely path, you can't be a follower of everyone. You can't follow everyone. You can't be around a lot of people. You can't. It's just impossible, because you are being used to be a leader. You're being used to be different. Someone's authentic. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when it came to the way I portrayed myself, my hairstyles, my clothes, I was not following trends. I wasn't following everyone else. That was just my liking. I was just following what I like to do, what I like to wear as well. And people, they can see that light. They can notice that. They can see that you are very unique, that you are very different, right? And I know from my past, when I was getting very close with God, a lot of people started to envy me. They started to hate me. They started to persecute me. They tried to talk down against me. They tried to slander my name. These people tried to make me look bad, because these people, they were being used by the enemy. And because of that, right, they're being used by the enemy because you are heading down the correct path. And everything around your life, when it gets lonely and it just becomes you and God, it's because you are heading down the correct path. Everything's falling apart. All these things are happening in your life. All these crazy things are happening in your life. No matter what you try to do, nothing works out. Nothing's fitting in. It's because, bro, you gotta lock in with the G-O-D. You gotta lock in with the G-O-D, bro. You can't care about what these people have to say about you on your journey as well, on this lonely path, because a lot of people, they're not going to understand what you're doing or how you are living, because you are simply just different. Everyone's not living the same life as you are or I am. And I'm talking to the people who resonate with this video, to the people who relate to this video as well. And I know for a fact, like even in my past, right, how I would be with people and stuff like that and I didn't fit in, right? But at the same time, these people, they looked up to me. They looked up to me like a leader. They would follow my ways and copycat me and stuff like that. And I remember I'll do something like this and that, and they'll be like, man, why you do that? You weird. And then look at them doing the same thing I'm doing. Look at them trying to dress the exact same way I'm dressing. You know what I'm saying? That's just how you are. You just very, very genuine to yourself. You're not really following after this. You're not trying to fit in. You're not a people pleaser. You just do what you do. And that's how I live. That's how I live. You know what I'm saying? I just do what I do. I'm not looking at nobody, for real. I'm not trying to follow no trends. Like, I don't care about trends. You're just doing you. And that's what it is. That's a characteristic of a leader. Someone who is meant to stand out. Someone who's meant to lead something, to lead the crowd. You know what I'm saying? And when you on this path, bro, it gets lonely. And I say that because back in my past, I was lonely to a certain extent. I felt like even though I was around these people, I was talking to these people, I still felt alone. But the moment I connected with God and then I learned about myself and I found my purpose and learned a whole bunch of things about myself and the things that I like to do, that is when you start to feel fulfilled. That is when you start to feel purpose driven. You actually start to walk in the way that you're supposed to walk. And you finally find that fit. You finally feel like you can fit that shoe now. You know what I'm saying? And people, they're going to see your joy. They're going to see the peace that you achieve because you was really connecting with God, and you're not wasting your time out here doing this and that. You're really moving very, very, very different and unique. And when you do that, bro, you're going to have some haters. You're going to have some obstacles coming your way. The devil's going to be your number one hater. He's going to try to put you down in the best way possible. This nigga is a hater, bro. Because, man, like, the devil, bro, that dude, he's something else. That nigga's something else. Because he's going to use your loved ones, if he can. He's going to use anybody around you to shoot you down, to create these obstacles in your life. But at the same time, look at it, you got to have the mindset of, this is just a training run. This is just like a training art. This thing that is ahead of me is going to build me up into a better leader. It's going to build me up into something stronger. It's going to make me into something better, And when you have family members and loved ones going against you, spreading doubts and talking down on you and stuff like that, don't take it to heart. Do not take these things to heart. These people don't even realize that they're being used. They don't realize that shit. They don't see it, but you see it, because I'm telling you. Just keep moving down this path, because no one's going to relate to you, really. No one's really going to relate to you like that. You might have somebody, like two like I was, but I'm pretty sure most people, you ain't gonna have that much people relate to you. And then also when you're on this path, you need to build your skills up as much as possible with wherever you're supposed to be doing. That's up to you to figure that out as well. And when you're on this path, the devil, he will use people around you. He 100% will use your loved ones and the people that you care about. So watch out for that. And I also figured out how like the devil attacks me while I was in this season of just building and grinding. He will use a whole bunch of false people, false information to deceive you, like doubts, lies, stuff like that. And this man will put you down mentally any way, shape, or form. You know, the strongest thing that we have on this journey is our faith. Because when we're on this lonely path and you have nothing around you to cling to but God, you have nobody. You don't have no friends to rely on. You don't have your mama. You ain't got your daddy. You ain't got your brother. You ain't got your sister. You ain't got nobody. The only person you can cling on is God. Because you are meant to leave people to God. You are not meant to be leaning on this, leaning on that. You know what I'm saying? You need to be a firm, stable base. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I had to do. I didn't put, like, bro, I said, man, at this point, just put everything to God, put everything in God's hands. And he's going to lead me down to success. Because everybody else failed me. Everybody else is not helping me. Everybody else is putting me down. You know what I'm saying? I still love y'all, but I'm going to have to go down this path that God has set for me. Because I can't let y'all be my demise. I can't let y'all be the reason that I failed. You know what I'm saying? I can't let nothing that's in my way stop me from getting what I'm trying to do with my life. And you have to go down that route. You're gonna have to pick God at the end of the day. You're gonna be put in a position to where you have nothing but to rely on God. You know what I'm saying? And when you're on this lonely path, it could be years and years before you really reach where you're supposed to be at and where God wants you to be at. But I say this, God is going to build you into a warrior. He's going to build you into something very, very great when it's just you and him. And you need to focus, man. If you, basically, let me explain it like this, right? Let's say God's cleaning you up. He's cleaning you up. He's like renewing you. He's making you a new building. He's cleaning all these old past sins, all these bad habits that you got from your past, right? This needs to be your main focus. This all you gotta do is three things. Three things, bro. Fasting, praying, reading scripture. And the strongest thing you got is to fast. If you're fasting, that is mental. When you're fasting, your mental is strong. You become stronger mentally because no matter, you going through like all that hunger, all that pain in your stomach, right? You have the urge back to back to back, and you're sitting there and doing nothing. That's mental. You're getting strong. That is straight mental. So when the devil tried to attack you, when he tried to hit you with this and that, what this pornography did? Oh, go look, go scroll through the internet, go scroll through Instagram, look at some random Instagram hoes or something. It's not gonna phase you. These things are not gonna phase you like that if you're building and building and building. And of course, do not rush yourself. Have patience, bro. Patience is so important. It's so important, bro. Have patience. Do not rush yourself. And keep the consistency. Keep working while you're on this path as well. Because when you have patience and you're not rushing, that is when you're more controlled. You're more calm because you know for a fact it's coming. You know it's coming. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not patient, then you get all jittery. You get all worried. You get all perplexed and stuff. And the devil can use that against you in any type of way. You know what I'm saying? So stay very, very, very patient as well. And when you're on this during the season of just building and becoming stronger spiritually, you gotta also realize that You have not been living in the spiritual side for that long. A lot of people have not been living spiritually for that long. There's not a lot of people that have been aging like that in the spirit for that long compared to the flesh. A lot of people are way more aged and strong in the flesh than they are in the spirit. So if you're starting out, have the mindset of, I'm trying to grow spiritually. I'm trying to build spiritually. You know what I'm saying? It's like a physique. You know how bodybuilders and they physique, they sculpture, they just building it. They're building it for years and years, and it takes time. It's the same way. This stuff is gonna take time. This stuff don't come overnight. And you gotta also believe in your heart and have faith that no matter what situation you're going through, all things work good for those who love God. All things will work in your favor in the end of the day. Because I know for a fact, every single battle that I had, every single unfortunate situation that I had, all these problems and stuff like that, it literally made me stronger. It literally made me better. And it made me into something that I didn't even know that I could be, because God put me in those situations. And that's where long suffering comes in. When you're enduring for so long, you have no choice but to adapt and get strong. And that's just what it is. God is building you into a mighty, mighty person. And can't shit stop you. Nothing will stop you. As long as you have God, you are the winner at the end of the day. If you're going down his path, it doesn't matter what no one says. You are on the right path. You are going down into the promised land. But you just got to endure the wilderness. You just got to stay in the wilderness. And that's all for today's video on this lonely path, on this lonely journey. You know what I'm saying? Just believe, y'all. You just put in that work. You know what I'm saying? But that's my advice. God's good, all good, understood, you feel me? And I'm out.